Supplement our word for today, taken from the second letter of Peter, chapter 1, verses 6 and 7. He has bestowed on us the precious and very great promises, so that through them you may come to share in the divine nature, after escaping from the corruption that is in the world because of evil desire. Brothers and sisters, let's stop there for just a minute. Everything that is given to us that we might share in God's divine nature and that we might grow in that divine nature, that we might put aside, that we might give ourselves over to all the graces that God is offering to us so that the physical man finally meets its end and we become forever part of God's divine nature and eternal life. That's it. But not just there, here. He is offering it to us that we might grow into full maturity here. St. Peter goes on, for this very reason, make every effort to supplement your faith with virtue, virtue with knowledge, knowledge with self control, self control with endurance, endurance with devotion, devotion with mutual affection, and mutual affection with love. Here's the thing, faith isn't enough. To believe a thing is not enough. We must give ourselves over to that thing. I might confess that I believe in God. Okay, that's great. It's a great place to start. I might confess that I believe that Jesus is the Son of God and that he died on a cross for me, that I might be made free of my sin. But still, that is not enough. The demons believe that. The evil one himself believes that. Belief is not enough. No, St. Peter says, make every effort to supplement your faith with virtue. In other words, let that faith have a movement in your life that brings you to a better place. Virtue with knowledge, knowledge with self control. Again, self control, it is this absolute invitation, actually, more so a demand that we grow in our relationship with God, that we might grow in our understanding of Him, and that it might change the way that we behave ourselves, that it might change the way that we act, that virtue grows in us, a better understanding of who God is grows in us, and then we are able to discipline ourselves in such a way that we become good ministers for the gospel because people can begin to see God in us by the very way that we conduct ourselves. And then again, supplement self control with endurance, right? Through those times of difficulty, not to walk away, not to excuse everything that we believe in just because we have to go through a time of trial. No, let that endurance grow up in us and then supplement endurance with devotion, devotion with mutual affection with love. At the end of the day, brothers and sisters, it comes down to this very simple concept. We are to grow in love. We are to grow in love with God, for God, and we are to grow in love for our neighbor, those made in God's image and likeness. And in truth, when we do those things, we also grow in love with ourselves. Why? Because we understand who we are in God, who we belong to, and our value that is there because of the sacrifice that he made for us and the desire that he has to be with us forever. All of this working for our good and for the good of the building up of the kingdom when we come to that place of perfect love. Supplement our word for today.